Anthony Hartwig here with a Liberty Volleyball player profile, our first volleyball player profile of the year. And there's no better way to get it started than our reigning big dog of the year champion in Lexi Muck from Liberty. Lexi, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
It's your senior season, so I guess the first question is how does it feel to go into your senior year and know that everything you're doing now is going to be the last time you're able to do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely sad. Like, I've been playing since seventh grade, so this being my last year playing high school volleyball, it's really sentimental, but I don't know, just make the most out of it.
A lot of seniors are able to kind of put the sad emotions away and lock in the intensity of a senior season. How have you been able to do that and just make sure that this year is the best year you can possibly have at Liberty?
I mean, I feel like all of us just playing our hearts out and really playing like it's our last game, and that's definitely a big goal this year. Definitely because Brianna Durenzis, she tore her ACL, one of our other seniors this year. And so a lot of our seniors were playing this year for her, and we're playing like every game is our last game because you never know what will happen.
Right. I want to use the segue of that. Obviously, it's so unfortunate to see one of your teammates go through that kind of adversity, but what has it done for this group to kind of, take every game for what it is and not try to look ahead and not try to think about the future, but just live in the moment in this season?
Yeah, it's definitely pushed us closer together. I mean, we've had a lot of girls have to step up because of that reason. So, I mean, I feel like our team bonding is really like special with what we have.
Last season, you were one of the players that stepped into that leadership, light, and it really became a big leader of this team last year. What have you done this year to even improve your leadership skills even more and try to carry this team as much as you can?
I mean, every ball, you just have to. I mean, it's me and Mia every single play, and that's how it was last year, and that's how it's going to be again this year. I mean, Mia's definitely a big help with me for that too. Assists. So, and then this year we also have our three seniors are our captains, and this is my first year that I've been captain. So I feel like that's definitely another big role of stepping up.
You have played two matches so far, and you already have 40 kills on this season. What has been working so well in the first two games of the year?
I mean, it's like I said, it's really me and Mia. She's just every single ball. If we get a good pass, it's right to me, and that's definitely a big help. And also with our other setter, Chloe, that's how it is with her too. Every ball. I mean, if it's a bad pass, I mean, obviously it'll go somewhere else, but that's kind of what we've been trying to do is just wherever I can. I'm hitting back row this year too. So that's also a big help with that.
And you keep bringing up Mia Parker, who obviously we all know from the many sports that she plays for Liberty. What has the relationship been like between you two, growing it over the years, and now culminating here in this last season for you, being able to work with a setter that you're so comfortable with?
Yeah, I mean, me and Mia have been friends since kindergarten. We basically grew up together. So having her there and having us have that really good bond, that definitely helps a lot from her being my setter since seventh grade.
We know this community supports you guys well. Obviously, they went out and voted you Big Dog of the Year. You had to win three separate votes to get that nod. What does it mean to you to come out with one last season behind that crowd, behind that community, and to be able to represent Liberty one more time?
It's so special, honestly. I mean, I feel like everyone has our backs and I mean, recently for our season opener, I mean, our crowd wasn't that big, but definitely like senior night, and I feel like we're gonna have a lot of support this season with it being our seniors last year.
One thing I know about Liberty is sometimes you might not get the biggest crowds, but they're loud. Like the crowd is always just super energetic, and
Hmm.
volleyball is so, momentum driven. When you hear the crowd get behind you and you hear your teammates get behind you, what does that do for you out there on the court?
That is one of my favorite feelings ever. Just like everyone cheering, and that really boosts our energy and like how we play. I feel like if we didn't have a crowd like boosting us up, our energy just would not be great, but they definitely keep us up and keep us moving.
You come into this last season, I'm sure you set some personal goals that you wanted to achieve this year before you say goodbye to Liberty. What were some personal goals that you set for yourself?
I'm trying to get higher in the state in blocks. I think I was like eighth maybe last year, but I'm definitely trying to get higher in that. And then I wanted to get 1,000 kills. I mean, everyone wants to get 1,000 kills, but I didn't play varsity my freshman year. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm definitely happy with my stats right now. So I just hope that they'll get a little better by the end of the season.
You keep getting 20 plus a match. Who knows? You already have 40 and you're already 2 games in.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to make sure we ask about as well is this coaching staff that you've been able to be under. Coach has really brought in some consistency into this program. She's stuck with you guys. And what's that been like for you to be under her and to be able to learn from the coaching staff that you have right now?
It's definitely helpful from all the years I've played varsity for Liberty or even just played for Liberty in general. I haven't had a coach more than 2 seasons. And this is going to be my second year on varsity with Coach Kelly. And it's definitely helpful that she wants to stay and she wants to push us since, we've never had that before. So I really admire Kelly and Tara and all of our coaching staff. They've helped me a lot.
You talked earlier about some players that are underclassmen or new faces to varsity that have had to step up and be a leader. We saw you do that a lot last year. What kind of advice have you given to your teammates that have had to come into the fold this year about what to expect from the varsity floor and how to really be confident in their own leadership abilities?
Yeah, I mean, me and Mia have talked a lot to the underclassmen about how like in volleyball, when you make a mistake, you just have to shake it off. Like it'll happen. Mistakes happen all the time. And that's one of the things that I think messes up our team a lot is that we make a mistake and we get so in our head. And so that's what I'm really heavy on telling the girls. Just once you make a mistake, just shake it off and it like it never happened.
Your name does not stop popping up in the headlines after high school season is over because obviously you play a lot of club volleyball at high levels. And I think we asked you this last year, but we'll ask you it again because you have one more year of club under your belt. What does that do for you as a player to go up against and play with such high caliber volleyball players and to be able to, see that on the floor at high school level as well?
Oh yeah, I love playing club. Club is just like a different level of intensity that I feel like you don't see during high school. Because most girls, when they play club, they're playing because they like really like the sport. And a lot of high school girls, they just play just to play. So I feel like playing club definitely raises that level of intensity. And I know I said this last year, like I've met so many new people from club and I've made a lot of new friendships from it too.
You're a senior, which means unfortunately we do have to talk about the future outside of Liberty and what you want to do after you graduate and after you leave the YSN coverage area. What kind of things do you want to see yourself accomplish after you graduate from the Leopards?
Well, right now I'm currently in contact with a college coach. So my goal is to play college volleyball. So I should be signing sometime soon, but the money and everything. So I don't know. We're taking our time with that. But I want to major in early childhood education to be like an elementary school teacher. So that's what I have going.
When you think about that career path that you want to go into, what is it about that makes you want to go into it? Is there a life experience that made you want to go into early childhood education? Maybe someone in your life, or is it just something that you've always felt like you would be good at?
I've always, ever since I was little, I've wanted to be a teacher. I really don't know why. I love little kids. Like I love babysitting. I love doing all of that. So I feel like I've had my mind set on that for so long that I can't just change it. Like I know that's what I want to do.
Speaking of dealing with younger people, obviously now as a big name on the varsity volleyball stage, you get to be a role model to all the people that are going to Liberty volleyball. What's it like to see so many younger girls that are coming up in the ranks at Liberty look up to you and say they want to be in Lexi Muck's shoe one day and be the girl that's eighth in the state in blocks and et cetera, et cetera. Big dog of the year.
It's so special. I love being that person that, the girls look up to. I've gotten told a bunch of times that like girls want to be like me, and I just think it's so cool cuz like I was one of those girls when I was little that wanted to be like one of the older girls, and now I get to be in that leadership standpoint. And I just think it's so special.
Who were some of the girls that you wanted to be like when you were growing up and watching volleyball as a kid?
Definitely on Liberty's team, Allie Jones and her whole like senior class. Because I was a sophomore, it was my first year on varsity when they were seniors, and I looked up to them so much. And still to this day, I keep it in my mind that I try to be like Allie all the time on the court because she was one of the best that Liberty's had. And I think that her being a senior my first year on varsity really helped for me to get to know like her playing habits and everything.
It's also your last year in the school system at Liberty. Who are some people in the school system of Liberty that you're really going to miss being able to see every day and to be having a part of your life after you graduate from the high school?
Definitely the whole volleyball team. I don't want to like think about just having to leave them. I'm so sad about it. Um and like my best friend Brianna, like cuz she'll be at home when I leave, so that's going to be really sad. And just a lot of the staff members at Liberty, they've done a lot for me since I've went to Liberty since I was in kindergarten. So they've known me my whole life. They've done so much for me, and I don't want to leave.
When you think of people that have made an impact on you, role models and people that you look up to, who are some names that come to mind in your life?
Definitely, like I said, Allie Jones and them. And then there's a lot of older players from Thunder that I've looked up to. Like when I think I was a sophomore too. A lot of the seniors and juniors on Coach Marcus Hayden's team, um, a lot of Poland girls and stuff. I always looked up to them. And there was also a lot of Thunder coaches who are alumni from Thunder and everything that like I've watched them play, like Alex Fisher and Kate from Austin Town. I've looked up to them a lot since they went and they played in college. So
All right, before we let you go, one of the things I want to ask is off the court, some of your favorite things to do. Obviously, we know that you're a big member in band. We got to know you about that last year. It's your last year in band as well. It's your last year being able to do that. What's that feeling like?
that's also sad. I mean, I'm not as big into band as I am with volleyball, but I've been in band since I was in 5th grade. So, I mean, that's definitely going to be a really sad, like, end of an era sort of thing. Um, but like I said, just for volleyball, you got to make the most of it. Play everything like it's your last.
What other extracurricular activities are you involved in outside of, obviously volleyball and band that are just part of the high school experience that you think you're going to miss?
Yeah. I mean, this year I think is my first year that I might play basketball. So that'll be like one of the things. Like even if I play one year, I know that I'm gonna regret not playing the other 4 years of my high school career. Um, but just being in like all of those different activities and being around everyone at school, like when I was a freshman, I did not think that my senior year was going to come this fast, and now it's already here. And I know for a fact that the rest of this year is just going to go by so fast.
All right, how are you going to repeat as big dog of the year? You have to give a shout out to the Liberty community and give your I guess candidate speech to voting for you again this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how I won last year. I really don't. I did not think that that was going to happen, but I don't know. I mean, I think everybody who gets up for Big Dog works really hard and everyone deserves it. So I don't know. We're just gonna have to see what happens again this year.
Gonna be tough to beat if
Oh yeah.
Liberty votes like they did last year. Lexi, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to thank your support system, all the people in your life, anyone that you think deserves a shout out before the end of this interview. I want to give you the time to give it to them.
Just my family and everyone that has supported me throughout freshman to high school year, my volleyball team, my friends, my club team, my school, just everyone that's been there for me, honestly.
All right, Lexi, thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you the best of luck in your senior campaign, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you so much.